I want to try something I've never ever done before on this channel. For the next few minutes, I'm not going to talk about narcissists. I'm going to become one. I'm going to give you the thing they will never give you, the voice behind the silence, what actually is happening in there the day it finally hits them that you're gone. It might be uncomfortable. Some of it might even make you laugh. And somewhere in the middle, I think you're going to feel something unlock. And that'll be the closure they were never brave enough to hand you. So let me hand it to you instead. Okay. Let me step into it. So, let's start. You left. And honestly, I wasn't worried. People like you don't leave people like me. You get overwhelmed. You need space. You go quiet for a bit. So, I'll come find you. I know this dance. I invented this dance. I have a trophy for it. I gave it to myself. So I waited, calm, patient. I was ready. I checked if you'd seen my story. You haven't. Cute. Okay. Play hard to get. I sent the message that usually always works. The soft one. The I've been thinking about us one. The one with just enough almost apology in it to crack you open without me actually admitting anything to you. I'm very good at those. It's sort of the whole thing and nothing. No reply. No little dots appearing and disappearing while you decide how to feel about me. Okay, fine, okay. I'm gonna have to escalate this a little bit. Okay. I told a few people that you changed, that you'd gotten cold, you became difficult. I was very convincing. I'm always very convincing. I waited for it to get back to you, for you to come defend yourself, to explain yourself, to react to me, because that's how this works. You react, I feel real, and we begin all over again. Still nothing. And that's the first time I felt something I don't have a word for. Because here's a secret I've never ever told anyone. I didn't keep you around because I loved you. That's not why I kept you around. I kept you around because when you looked at me, all of a sudden I existed. When you cried, I mattered. When you argued, I had power. When you lay awake at 2 a.m. rewriting yourself to fit me, I felt enormous. You were my mirror, and I was addicted to my own reflection in your eyes. So when the mirror went dark, I didn't miss you. I missed myself, the version of me that only existed when you believed in me. And that version is just starting to flicker. But I'm not panicking. I want to be clear. I'm absolutely not panicking. I just found someone new already, faster than it's probably tasteful. And I made sure you'd find out about it, obviously. That part's very important. By the way, they're great. They laugh at the jokes, the same jokes, actually. I haven't written new ones, just the same jokes I told you. There's just one small problem. They don't yet know the script. When I do the wounded look, the one that used to make you drop everything and rescue me, they just ask if I'm okay and then carry on with their day. When I tell the story about my tragic past, the one I've perfected, they say, that's sad, and change the subject. They don't flinch at the right moments. They don't memorize my moods. They haven't learned to apologize for things that they didn't do. And you did all that. I never thanked you for it. I genuinely thought it was just the bare minimum. It was not the bare minimum. It turns out you were doing a full-time job I didn't even know was part of your career. And here's the part that keeps me up. The part I'd never really say out loud. The new one doesn't know me. Not really. But you did. You saw the whole thing. The mask and the mess underneath. The petty bits, the scared bits, the 3 a.m. bits that I don't show anyone. You saw all of it. And for a while, you stayed away. Do you understand how rare that is for someone to like me? to be completely seen and not immediately just leave. You were the only audience who ever knew all my lines and clapped anyway. And I treated that like it was nothing, like there'd always be another show, another seat filled. And there isn't, because the new one is just watching a performance. Whereas you were actually watching me. And I think I've only just started to realize the difference. This is the part where I'm supposed to feel love. I want you to know I'm reaching for it. I'm genuinely reaching. And what I find instead is quieter and much worse. It is the realization that I will probably never be looked at like that ever again. Not because no one else could, but because I'll make sure they never get close enough to. I plan to love bomb. I'll be discarding. I'll find mirror after mirror after mirror. And every single one will eventually go dark. Because I'm the thing that keeps switching off the light with these people. For the first time, the silence doesn't have you in it. It's just me. And it turns out I'm not very good company. I'm not nice to be around. I always told myself that you needed me. I built my entire life on being needed. It never once occurred to me to check if I actually needed you. That's the kind of question you only ask when the answer's already walked out the door. So now I'm not going to text you again. Not because I've grown. Let's not get carried away. But because somewhere underneath all of this, I finally know that you're not coming back. You're not coming back. And the worst part, you're not even angry anymore. You're not bothered. You're simply free. And I taught you how to do that. I taught you exactly what you were running from. That might be the only honest thing that I've ever given you. What to avoid. Red flags. Okay, right. I'm back again. It's me. So let's take a breath. Because I know that one might have sat a little heavy. The voice you just heard was strange. That's the apology you've been waiting for. The one you kept the door open for. The one that was never ever coming. So I'm giving it to you instead, from me right now. Let me tell you, you weren't crazy. You were never too much. You weren't hard to love. You were just loving someone who was using your reflection to feel real and calling it a relationship. And here's why. And it'll usually hit you weeks later. Why it doesn't land the day you leave. At first, the silence feels like peace, like finally putting down something heavy. Then, one ordinary Tuesday, the silence stops being a strategy and becomes your normal. And that is the moment that it all lands. It's not a loss, but it's proof. Proof that you actually got out of it. You spent so long waiting for them to realize what they had lost. But the closure was never a door they closed for you. It's the one you stop standing in front of. And right now, let me tell you this, you can now step away. The light was always yours. You just kept pointing it at someone who couldn't feel it. Point it now at yourself for a little while. And I promise you, you're going to like what it shows you. I'd love it if you could tell me, what's the one thing that you wish they could have finally understood? Let me know below in the comments. Then let it go. And I'll be right here with you.